Hi guys, in this week's edition of Small Town House Prices, we are going to be looking at some properties that are currently for sale in Waipukurau, which is in the central Hawke's Bay district. The population of Waipukurau is approximately 4,750 people, and from the 2023 census, the median income in Waipukurau West was $35,800 and Waipukurau East was $38,500. So remember these numbers when we are looking at the house prices. Waipukurau is a rural, farming-based community, with much of the employment being seasonal, which is not exactly conducive with taking out a massive mortgage now, is it? The current number of real estate listings for sale in this specific area shown on this map is 100. If we zoom out, you can see that 100 properties is a lot for such a small area. So now let's look at a few properties that are currently for sale for anyone who is looking to buy in Waipukurau. The first property that we are going to be looking at was listed on the 12th of May 2025. The title says, Charming Past, Modern Living, Central Convenience. The description says, thoughtfully maintained, it delivers space, comfort and lifestyle in one inviting package. Step inside to discover 3 generous bedrooms and a stylishly upgraded bathroom, complemented by the practicality of a second toilet. Wow. The property is listed for inquiries over $599,000. Here we go again, inquiries over. Why did he not just put an asking price? The latest August 2024 CV is $630,000. This property was last purchased in November 2017 for $315,000. At the end of this video, I'm going to go through an example of how impossible it is for first home buyers to buy even such an average home as this one in such a small rural town as Waipukurau. And I can tell you it is a real shocker. The next property was listed on the 24th of July 2025. The title says, Summer, Relax Under the Patio Grapevine. That sounds lovely, doesn't it? The description says, Summer, glorious summer. You'll find us relaxing under the wraparound patio. From the moment you step inside the front door, there is a warm, welcoming feel, which we have enjoyed for the past 5 years. But as there's just the 2 of us now, it's time for us to downsize. Now the whole description is actually quite sad, because it's obvious that these people don't want to leave this property. Here we go again, inquiries over $720,000, so inquiries over again. The latest August 2024 CV is $750,000. The property was last purchased in February 2021 for $800,000. In 2015, the CV on this property was a much more realistic $325,000. Seriously, so many people have been smashed to pieces by the COVID bubble, and it's just not funny. But if it doesn't deflate and deflate a lot more now, then generations to come are going to be destroyed by it. This whole disgusting, filthy experiment by the RBNZ and successive governments to pump this Ponzi have been an unmitigated disaster for everyone except the real estate investors who were sorted with lots of properties before the COVID boom and who sold into it and made an absolute tax-free fortune. I don't know, like people who had 7 houses before COVID but now only have 3, for example. The next property was listed on the 10th of October. The title says Mortgagee Sale. So straight to the point with that title. The description says an opportunity to purchase a modern family home in a sought after Waipukurau location. So I decided to look into this property a little bit more to see how desirable it is. And the road that it is on is called Lakeview Road. So if you, like me, want to see this beautiful lake view that you can see from this property, here it is. Are you ready for this? Ta-da! This mortgagee sale is priced by negotiation, which is a complete joke. Just put an asking price on it and stop messing everyone round. The latest August 2024 CV is $850,000, down from a whopping $980,000 CV in August 2021. Now it looks like these owners paid $100,000 for the land only in 2017. Now it's actually sad really. The New Zealand Ponzi is just chewing people up and then spitting them out again. And remember, this is all government sponsored, all of this. The government wants this Ponzi to continue unabated because they are all in on it. The next property was listed on the 31st of October. The title says, "A slice of paradise so close to town." The description says, the charming 1920s style home is rich in character, with timber sash windows, box seat storage, and multiple outdoor living options, including a front patio and decks on the back and side of the house. This is another inquiries over property, and they want a mere $715,000 for this one. The latest August 2024 CV is $560,000, but just ignore that. The property was last purchased in August 2004 for $275,000. And just look at the August 2015 CV of $260,000. See how house price rises never used to be like what they have been made like today. It's a disgrace what New Zealand housing has become. It's now all about investment and the rich getting richer, and actually being a shelter where families can grow together is not important. Greed is all that matters nowadays. The final property that we're going to be looking at was listed on the 2nd of December. The title says, "Size really does matter!" The description says, "Busy lifestyles and growing families can take up all our time. So wouldn't it be perfect to have all the space, but not all the work that can go with it? This much loved home offers low maintenance living with easy care grounds. Inquiries over $624,000. Now what is it with this town and inquiries over? They're all doing it. Why is this so hard just to put an asking price? The latest August 2024 CV is $570,000. Oh, maybe that's why it's so hard. The property was last purchased in February 2004 for $220,000. And look at that, the 2018 CV was $360,000. And in the fake COVID boom, it shot up to $650,000. What a shambles. I hope you are proud of yourself, Mr. Orr, you absolute So now let's do what we said we were going to do before. Let's go through the numbers for the first property. Assuming that with inflation since 2023, when the median income in Waipukurau West was $35,800 and Waipukurau East was $38,500, let's say that the median wage is now $40,000 across the whole of Waipukurau East and West before tax. And then let's pop over to the BNZ mortgage calculator. The cost of this property is inquiries over $599,000, but let's just say they want $599,000. And let's say a first home buyer managed to somehow scrape together a 10% deposit of $59,900, which would be almost impossible if they are on $40,000 before tax. And remember, this is the median wage. So 50% of the people in Waipukurau are on less than $40,000. So as you can see, the fortnightly repayment will be $1,487. And that's at a 6% interest rate over 30 years. And 6% is much less than the average mortgage rate over the last 30 years. So this value is more than reasonable. So after tax, a person on $40,000 will pick up approximately $34,000. Which equates to $653 per week or $1,307 per fortnight. And remember that the fortnightly repayment on this very average home will be $1,487 per fortnight for 30 years. So it is clearly impossible for a single person or a family with kids where a parent is at home caring for them. Even a couple both earning the average wage would struggle with this mortgage. especially with rates, insurance, repairs, and heaven forbid, if they actually want to eat something during that 30 years, or even put the heating on. How dare they? So yes guys, hopefully you can see that this whole Ponzi system is unsustainable. This is just an average house in a small rural town. The Ponzi is devouring the country. So that's that, and I hope you enjoyed today's look around Waipukurau. And if any of these properties are your cup of tea, you can find them on Trade Me, and maybe even put an offer in. And if you want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers for that.